Welcome back, guys. It is the Redstone Scientist here, and we are back with the second half, I suppose, of the Her Story live stream. A really fascinating game. We're having a lot of fun with it in the chat. It's really getting some great interaction between the between viewer and streamer. Really enjoying that. I'm going to give everyone a chance for the ads to reload, and then I'm going to share some stuff that we learned on and over the break. Before the break. So I gave everyone a paste bin link to look at the notes so far. Unfortunately, you don't get that. You're just not going to get that luxury in the archive. So I'm going to look at some of the things here. So let's just wait till people join. So Gwenstig brought up an interesting point that I at first dismissed as a joke, but now I'm thinking there actually may be something to it. He said, I really think the woman in the floral is not the same as the other one, though she thinks it was in the cellar. In the same clip, she drinks coffee with sugar, and the other woman drinks it without. Huh. And on line 30 of the notes, it says that she likes black coffee without sugar. Interesting. By the way, guys, just thought I'd mention at the top of the video, if you are enjoying, or the stream, if you are enjoying this stream, I do accept donations. You could type _donate in the chat. It really does help me out, helps support me, helps motivate me. The more motivation I have, the more content you guys get. So, give and take there. But let us resume with the everything. So, yes, screams Marcus. I think he may have figured something out. That is the true story. But what is the truth? I don't. Okay. Maybe Marcus will share what he's learned with us. Of course, I have a ban on looking up hints and so forth, but let's see what he has to say. Anyway, yes, I do accept donations. Really does help me out. You can type !contact in the chat to find out how you can contact me. And on all my videos, except the ones on this second channel that you're watching this on, I have all my contact information. And yeah, that's just about it. Check my website, theredstonascientist.com. Let's get right back into it. Stop with the advertisements. Okay, here's where we left off.
Well, fine, considering. I got back into the house today, and that was weird, knowing your people have been there through my things. It's like I've been burgled. I mean, worse, obviously. I don't know. I haven't looked in the cellar.
I mean, you can clearly hear the sugar. It's almost in your face.
As good as new, he said. But they had to throw some stuff out.
I just remembered something.
Get the blood out. And I'm still waiting to hear from the coroner so we can get a date set for the funeral. It's going to be a cremation. So
on the one hand, I get what you're saying. On the other hand, everything we know about her childhood and everything would not support that. Unless... what if the thing in the mirror wasn't a metaphor? What if that was her twin? I don't know. I feel like we may be jumping to some wild conclusions here, but here's what I wanted to show you. You don't even know where I'm going with this? Let's see if you do.
yeah, that's me. But February, I mean, that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
So maybe that's something. Yeah. Twins confirmed. I don't know about that. I'm so reluctant to say that, just because it's so... I feel like that's so cliche. I don't know. Maybe. You can see the notes in the bottom right-hand corner, by the way. Let's see. This is bright blue, which is the 5th interview. Do you think there's a switch, or do you think, like, in the middle here in the interviews, or do you think... I don't know. Let's see what this is. We haven't seen this before.
Well,
oh, hold on. Let's add this to session, just in case it's not there.
Well, I don't know. I probably had to pop out and get something. That's why I was speeding.
Ah.
And that wouldn't have been noted on my timesheet. But I really can't remember back to February.
So, looks like she got a speeding ticket in February, but that's all we seem to know about February. Maybe let's search speed.
You must be desperate for leads if you're getting hung up over 6-month-old speeding tickets.
I don't know if that's important. Let's add that just in case. The one kills the other twin. I don't know. I'd be disappointed if that's what it was. Let me put it that way. I'd be semi-okay with there being a twin dynamic, but I wouldn't be okay if it was one twin kills the other. She got a tattoo. What? Is that a joke, or should we search for tattoo? Please don't tell me you looked that up. I really hope you didn't.
No, he doesn't have any tattoos. He has a scar down here near his stomach, past his hip. Cut himself with some glass. That was before, a long time ago. He looks just like the photo.
Maybe he is blind.
On here, though. He takes them off with the camera. But he needs them to see properly, you know.
Oh, so he's not, maybe not legally blind.
Menu in a restaurant. Not book so much.
Or maybe he's
Watching
legally blind.
TV. He likes TV.
Okay, let's add that. Simon has no tattoos, but a scar. What was it, like right above his belly button?
No. Down here, near his stomach.
Near his stomach.
Past his hip. Cut himself with some glass. That was before.
In the last video clip, she has a tattoo? Which video clip?
He looks just like the photo. TV.
Which video clip? Let's add this to... In the last video clip, she has a tattoo. Okay, which was the last video clip? I need to know what the content of the video clip was. You mean... Here? Not here. That's what we just watched. Here?
You must be desperate for leads if you're getting hung up over
Where?
6-month-old speeding tickets.
Where? I think you're seeing things.
Yeah? That's me.
I think you're seeing things.
But...
Yeah. Let's look at this.
Oh, my tattoo.
Oh!
I got it to express my individuality.
Mm.
It's an apple and a snake.
Let's take a look. Was this the last interview? Oh my god. You guys see what I see? Okay. Okay. If she... Okay. So. And Marcus says got a scar because of a fight. Maybe he was in a gang. I don't know. I see the tattoo now, guys. So, what about this? If we can get footage of the white interview, where she's wearing a white shirt, if we can get footage of that interview, where maybe she's drinking or something and her sleeve falls down, if we can get footage of her arm in the white shirt without a tattoo, then and only then does Gwen Stick's theory about the twins really, really carry some weight. Okay? So, again, if we find no tattoo on the white one, because the white one is the only interview that happens after this. Okay, this is July 1st, which according to our, if you don't know, this calendar that I have up there is from 1984. This is the span of when this game takes place. Let's see, this is July 1st, which is a Friday, and then the next one is July 3rd, which is a Saturday. So, if we can find this clip, there's no way. Also, Adam, Apple, and Snake. So she's evil. I don't know. Or Adam. Maybe, yeah. Whatever. Add to session. Definitely. Now, keeping this in mind, this is 2 days later, okay? If she says something about, oh, I got it removed. That's awfully soon. I'm excited to see these.
So I moved out. Got a small bed sit. Got my tattoo to mark the occasion. I was singing in a bar in the evenings, so I had some money, enough money to cover my rent. And I've been doing something similar ever since.
What is...
I haven't put down any roots.
I don't understand this.
I don't exist.
I don't understand this. Not evil, Eve from the Bible. Gwenstick, get your typing together, man. Come on. he meant Eve, not evil. Find function. Eve. Where is it? Eve. I am so sure there was a name, Eve. I am so sure that Eve was there before. It was like what they wanted to name their daughter or something. Remember? Sarah or Ava. She wanted Sarah, not Ava. Doesn't like the symmetry. Aunt's name is Ava. That's around the time when we learned about it. Okay? You wrote Eve and I said evil? Oh, sorry. I don't know. Okay. I'm fairly sure. Let's watch this one first. Let's add this just in case. Let's watch this one first, and then we'll search for Eve. I'm so sure I heard Eve.
He saw me singing one of my shows. Pure chance. Not sure I remember what he was even doing there. Afterwards...
Oh, yeah, guys, so I didn't understand that clip. We have to watch that one again. Before.
He saw me singing one of my shows.
Maybe this is how they met?
Not sure I remember what he was even doing there. Afterwards, I had a drink at the bar and he came over and we got talking. I knew who he was. Obviously, I knew who he was, but he didn't know who I was.
Die Hard says he's never heard of anyone named Ava. Have you heard of Ava Braun? Ava is definitely a name.
But
it's a very Yiddish, very Jewish name.
He was fascinated by the likeness.
Sorry, I missed this.
I knew who he was. Obviously, I knew who he was.
I mean, sorry, not Jewish, German. It's like, it was like the, okay, sorry, I meant German, not Jewish.
I knew who he was. Obviously, I knew who he
Ava
was.
Braun. Wow, that was like the biggest faux pas anyone has ever made. I said, have you ever heard of Ava Braun? It's a Jewish name. No, Ava Braun was Hitler's girlfriend, or his wife, I don't remember which.
I had a drink at the bar and he came over and
wow.
We got talking.
I'm terrible.
I knew who he was. Obviously, I knew who he was. But he didn't know who I was. He was fascinated by the likeness. He guessed my name from my tattoo.
Wait a minute. So, Is this a new man that she's met in this short period of
Guess
time?
my name from
Because this tattoo is new.
Told me it was a palindrome. Well, that would impress me.
It stopped. The stream?
He was fascinated by the likeness.
Not for me.
He guessed my name from my tattoo.
Anyone else?
Told me it was a palindrome. Well, that would impress me. I enjoyed talking to him. It was amazing to be able to sit
Looks like we're
and
live.
interact and talk to him after all this time. He didn't tell me he was married. I'm not sure what he was thinking. He later told me it was like he was dreaming. A waking dream.
Okay. Here's another thing. Alright? Also, somebody tell Marcus to refresh the page. I don't want to type it right now. Yeah, gonna reload. Okay. So, here's another thing, right? So we just learned a lot about Simon. I think this is how they met, right? But here's the thing. Isn't her name Hannah? He guessed my name from my tattoo? He guessed my name from my tattoo. If I were to look at that tattoo, I would most certainly say that your name is Eve. And not Hannah. So we are going to do this search that I bet is going to reveal a lot. Because I bet you, so sure I heard the name Eve. I'm so sure. Okay, guys. Very exciting. Oh, I'm getting chills. And not Ava. Ava is what they wanted to name the daughter after the aunt. The aunt, however you want to say it. Right. Be here. Shh.
Well, my friend Eve. I mean, she was a friend from when I was a kid. And she was always more popular with the boys, and I used to hate her for it. I mean, really hate her sometimes.
Maybe sister? Popular. I thought she... Wait a minute.
Well,
Oh,
my friend
not so fast.
I mean, she was a friend from when I was a kid. And she was always more popular with the boys, and I used to hate her for it. I mean, really hate her
I was about to
sometimes.
say, I thought originally she said, she was more popular with the boys in school. But, then I remembered he was homeschooled by Florence. See the others before thinking anything. Okay.
Yes. We'd fight. We fought on the beach once, and I held Eve's head in the
Oh
water.
my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! You're right! Oh!
Far into the beach. And
Oh my god! Oh my god! You guys, do you get it? Do you get it?
And for a moment, I just wanted to kill her and watch her drown.
Oh my god, I love this.
But that was it. It was just a moment.
The song that I said was worthless. Ah!
Relationship.
The song. Ah! Oh my god, Gwen Stick, you were right. Please tell me you didn't look that up. I really want to know that you came up with that. Please tell me you didn't look that up. Okay. The song, the story, let's say major, and let's put that in as murder fact. Even though it's not a murder fact, it's super important. Did we also do, we added this one thing called prime once. Oh, are we not allowed to add more than... I guess we're not. Okay, let's change major to prime. Okay. Okay, next.
A police station.
Hold on. Should we watch the song first? Before we do this? Alright, let's just watch this first.
A police station. Yeah. When I was young. We ran away.
Red Fox says he was gone for a while. So, I swear I remembered hearing something about Eve. You know, I can't catch you up, okay? I'll spell, although there may be people in this stream who are in the archive who aren't following. So, basically what happened was we saw a tattoo on her arm, right? And it was of the snake and the apple. And then there was a story about how she met Simon. And she was saying, also Simon was married. What? And at the time that they met. So she says, he guessed my name for my tattoo. And he was right. And if I saw that tattoo, I would guess that your name is Eve and not Hannah. And then I remembered, oh my God, there was an Eve. I know I heard Eve before. So we searched for Eve. And Eve was her friend when she was a kid, supposedly. And she hated her because sometimes because she was more popular with the boys. And here's the kicker. The story, that song that I said was meaningless, she's telling this story about one time when she tried to drown her and kill her. Oh my God! All right, let's watch this.
A police station. Yeah. When I was young. We ran away on my birthday.
Birthday!
Bob Dylan was playing in London and we thought we could break into his tour bus and have him take us with him. The taxi driver we paid to drop us off. I mean, we'd saved money, pinched a bit here and there to pay for the fare. He was suspicious because we were so young, so he told the police. So they came and picked us up and took me back to Portsmouth. My mum picked me up from the station. But I blamed everything on my friend Eve, so my parents let me off.
Blamed everything. Parents. Now what I want to look up, I'm opening a new browser window. What did it say her address was? Gloust? Was it like Glow? I'm trying to remember the address. 31 Gladstone Street. I'm looking up 31 Gladstone Street. I'm not even sure if this is a real place. It may be fictional. Portsmouth. And let's see. Okay. It's all Steam community stuff, and I don't want to look at that. It says that there is no Gladstone Street in Portsmouth. So I think it's fictional. Or there's a discrepancy. And one of them lives in Portsmouth, one of them doesn't. Oh my God, you're so smart, Gwen Stick. You saw it from, like, the beginning. Okay, let's watch this one, and then we'll watch... Here's where we saw Eve, remember? This is where I remembered seeing it, hearing it.
My mother called me Eve.
There! Ah! Ah! Ah!
My mother called me Eve.
Anybody want a pep talk? What are you talking about? Oh my God, this is so exciting, guys. I'm having so much fun. If you guys are enjoying the stream, you can type !point donate in the chat to donate. Really does help me out. Okay, back to the game. Sorry, just had to mention that.
What are you doing talking about Eve?
That seemed totally fake to me. Like, acting-wise, that seemed totally fake to me. And I think she was probably tapping out the beat to the song. And this basically is saying, like, Hannah, 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 I think it means her. She's Hannah. This woman, this floral, is Hannah. And she's like, yeah, it was probably the song. I mean, you've got to figure, right? That clip, although it was very important, seemed super fake to me. Just acting-wise. Alright, guys. First, I'm getting called by somebody. Good, it ended. I didn't even have to push anything. Great. Okay. Let's listen to this. This it, I think?
Yes.
Alright, we're gonna listen to this and then the song.
We fought on the beach once and I held Eve's head underwater. There was no one else around. It was at the far end of the beach and I held her head under and I kept it.
Remember also she said she guessed my name. So this floral person who's Hannah said she's the one who said he guessed my name, right? That was from the floral interview, wasn't it? He guessed my name from my tattoo.
I held her head under and I kept it under. And for a moment, I just wanted to kill her and watch her drown. But that was it. It was just a moment. We made up after. It was a love-hate relationship.
What I'm thinking, I think we should read the README again. I feel like, almost like we're looking at an old case that was closed, but, like, improperly. This is just the introduction to the database. Okay. Hey, here's the database. I filed a Freedom of Information form to get you guest access. Everything seems to work. They transferred the videos off the original tapes in 1999. What? This is 1994 tapes. Oh, off the original tapes in 1999, they transferred the videos off, and then the Y2K thing hit. Okay, so, yeah, this is an old case. We're looking from at least the year 2000, okay? Us, the detective, right now. And they got mothballed. No one has touched them since. I couldn't find the server with the detective's footage on it. Possibly those tapes got damaged when the old archives were flooded in 97, but figured this would be enough. Take your time. So I think someone is asking him to go back and look at this old case that the detective is no longer around for. Red Fox, did you not hear, like, the whole monologue I did about what we learned from the tattoo and what we learned? So, basically, we're all thinking Gwen Stig is right about that there are two women. However, I think that... Oh, wait, maybe not. I was about to say... And Gwen Stig said, oh, he guessed my name was from the white one. Sorry, I'm just adjusting here. All right. And I interrupted this. So, we heard about the head underwater. Let's hear it now. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
You want me to play something?
Yeah, now I see the tattoo.
Okay.
I think.
Probably needs tuning. No. It's okay. How about a traditional back?
Yeah, we don't know if they're two women interviewed. That's the hypothesis. I don't know. Remember about the coffee sugar thing.
There were two sisters came walking by the sea. Oh, the wind and the rain.
Because remember before I said she doesn't have a sister, so it doesn't mean anything. It's so odd that she would sing this for the police. So there are a few realism problems. Ooh. Remember, she hated him because she was more popular with the boys. I think we figured out the murder.
The eldest envied her sister fair. Oh, the wind and the rain, with a pretty little face and her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain.
little face and long blonde hair. That's confusing. Who knows about the SB and the README? Can you guys still hear me? Just making sure.
So I think that's a good place to stop.
Okay. So, first of all, the question that Marcus asked is, who's this SB person that wrote the really README thing, this thing? My roommate is here. I don't want to have to tell him to be quiet because he's on the phone, so we'll give him a second. So, I'm formulating a hypothesis here, I think happened. I think... Hold on, guys. I'm gonna mute the mic just in case something is said that shouldn't be recorded.
Well, my friend Eve. I mean, she was a friend from when I was a kid. And she was always more popular with the boys, and I used to hate her for it. I mean, really hate her sometimes.
Sorry about that. Okay. Here's my hypothesis, alright? I don't know where the division is of Eve and Hannah, okay? But I think it's pretty clear that they're sisters and most likely twins. If they're twins, then we can say that there's some division in the interviews. Then we could say there's some division in the interviews, right? So, here's what I think happened. Simon, right? How old were they when this happened?
Yes.
Did she just say one time?
We'd fight. We fought on the beach once, and I held Eve's head underwater. There was no one else around. It was at the far end of the beach, and I held her head under.
I think there's some jealousy going on. Remember, there was a jealous thing in the song. He said, I think Simon. If it wasn't Simon, it was somebody else. But I think it was Simon. But the thing is, remember, we also heard about about Simon's, how they met. How Simon and, woman met. I'm just saying woman because it's too confusing. How Simon and woman met, right? But if in fact they met, if they knew each other at the time of this beach incident, okay, then if we assume that that is true, okay, if X is true, then I think that it was a murder by one of the sisters, whichever one. I get so confused. I guess Hannah is married to Simon, who murdered him. The thing is, what she's wearing is long sleeved in almost every single one, except for the one where you see the tattoo, bright blue. Murdered Simon out of a jealousy, because I think what probably happened is Simon didn't know that they were twins, right? So he fell in love with one of them, the eldest one. Or it doesn't matter who he fell in love with first. and he got confused. He didn't know there was a twin. And he was with the other one, thinking it was her, right? Also, the game's creator is Sam Barlow, so Die Hard Ifa is saying that's who he guesses SB is. So, like, what was I saying? So, it doesn't matter, but Simon fell in love with one of them, right? Got confused, there was some sort of a mix-up, and the other one thought that he was falling in love with them. Or her. And so, there was a jealousy thing going on. And that's where... Have you searched jealous yet? That's what we're gonna do next. That was, Red Fox.
Hannah was so smitten with Simon.
What?
She started getting jealous.
What? 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 Oh my god! Okay, so... This is just a reminder. Just a reminder. Oh my god, I just saw a preview of what the last line was. Oh my... Holy... Ah! Try to keep it PG-13, minimal language, I'm sorry. Okay. So, this is so exciting, I love this game. So, I'm having so much fun playing it with you guys. So... Remember that the person sitting at this computer monitor in the game, okay, is... Yeah, hold on, Gwenstick, hold on. The person sitting at this computer monitor, which is us, is sitting in the year 2000 or later. Most likely 2001 or later, okay, because we know that the Y2K bug was already a thing, right? Okay. Now, we're looking at a case from 1994, and SB says that he got us this special Freedom of Information form, guest access, okay? So, in 1999, they transferred the videos off of the original tapes because they were afraid of, Y2K, maybe? Whatever. They got mixed up. No one's touched them since, okay? So the detective had footage of something, possibly more information about the case. Those tapes were probably damaged because the archives were flooded in 1997. All right? But here's what SB is going to give us. Figures this will be enough for us to solve it, because it looks like we're revisiting an old case that was never solved. Right? And I did click on the clock. It doesn't tell the date. I thought it would. Okay. Maybe in the rubbish bin in the hack thing it says. Maybe it says what year it's copyright. Nope. Okay, maybe it says it on the logo? No. But we know that we're in, Scotland Yard, probably. Constabulary. So... Where was I? Oh, yeah, so... We're looking at this case from 1994, which is probably closed, right? Or improperly closed. Someone asked us to take a look at it. Okay. So, what I think is, I think that everyone involved with this case, you know, the police, the person interviewing, everyone knew that these were twins. Everyone knew that they were interviewing two different people, okay? I just think that information got lost over the years of these tapes being mixed up and moved around. I think everyone knew that. I don't think that was any secret that there were twins, because they're talking about each other. You know, they say the words Hannah and Eve like it's nothing. I don't think there's any secret to that. I think the flaw is that they're not putting on the tapes themselves who is, meaning the flaw in their system is that they didn't put who they were interviewing on the tapes themselves, which is actually pretty stupid. Like, extremely stupid, not come to think of it. But that's what I really think. That they knew. We need to go back to the future to solve this case. Yeah, I really think everyone knew that it was Hannah and Eve. There was no question about that. It's just that they didn't record it on the video who was who. What I think. Watch this again.
Hannah was so smitten with Simon.
Hannah was jealous. That's right. This is Eve.
Even the first date. We went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon.
Okay. Now, I know there's more interesting stuff to be said, but what I want to do is I want to go up here, okay, to white. And we're going to say white. This is Eve. Okay. And then where's the one where she's saying, oh, Hannah. She's got her head down. This is floral. Okay. So floral is Hannah. Okay. And, this is still the pictures. I believe the red is Hannah, isn't it? The red, I'm pretty sure, is Hannah. That's the first one we saw. Or no, which is the first one? Dark blue. This is Hannah. We have not established it's 2016 in the game. We don't know that, and it's probably not based on this computer. Let's finish watching this, and then we can figure out who's who. Okay.
Hannah was so smitten with Simon.
I was right.
She started getting jealous. Didn't want to share. Even the first date. We went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon. We both went. Kept changing places in the toilet. We only had one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes. Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date, it was my turn. At the end, I let him kiss me. But that was it. We didn't want another card on our hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back.
What?
After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules.
You said the clock says the date? No, it doesn't. This is the date of the tape.
She slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules. She wanted to be the first to sleep with him. I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time.
Oh my god! What? What? Whoa! What? The clock on the PC, it does not say the date. What are you talking about? It does say the date. I'm so freaking stupid. I'm sorry. I kept looking at it again and again. That's beside the point. You're right. It's 2016. This is a really old computer. Oh my gosh. Okay, I feel like we don't even need to take notes anymore. Okay, we got this down. All right, we know. All right, so actually, let's just make notes. So honestly, I think everything up to this point is a moot point. All right, I think all it is now is figuring out who killed him, Hannah or Eve, because I think there's no question that it's one of them. All right, so let's do this here. Okay, let's put this in murder fact. Okay, let's play this again, and well, first let's type in everything we know. Okay, so this is let's not say confirmed just yet, but let's say this is a new section, right? Hannah and Eve are twins. Simon, unaware of the fact that he had fallen in love with one of them, unknown which. No, sorry. Simon, having fallen in love with one of them, unsure which, did not know that they were twins. That there were twins. That there were twins involved. Hannah and Eve, that's why we don't have all the information, because this is only some of it was rescued from the flood. Hannah and Eve made an agreement. They would take Simon out on dates together and switch places and clothes in the bathroom. That way, they would both get to go out with Simon, and he would be none the wiser. And the question, Red Fox says, who is the youngest? Which is important because in the song, it was the eldest one that was jealous, right? So, and I think she just said that Hannah started to get jealous, right? So, I would say that Hannah is the older one. Yeah. And one of them is 31, yeah. Love the younger one, right? I think he... No. See, have you seen what I'm typing here? He didn't know which one he loved. He thought it was the same person. That way, they would both get to go out with Simon, and he would be none the wiser. However, there was a stipulation. If English is not your first language, stipulation means an exception. There was one caveat. There was a rule that had to be followed, I guess. The rule was no one was allowed to sleep with him because, presumably, jealousy would get involved and stuff would get messy. Perhaps Simon would even find out about their deal. Okay? So, Hannah slept with Simon one time. She deliberately broke the rules. From that one time, Hannah got pregnant. It can now be presumed that Hannah alone married Simon, and the deal was terminated at that point. All right. Yeah, we're gonna hear the song again. Let me read you what I just wrote, all right? So here's what we know so far, and I honestly think everything before this is a moot point. And yes, they definitely both take their coffee differently. So, Hannah and Eve are twins. Simon, having fallen in love with one of them, unsure which, did not know that there were twins involved. Hannah and Eve made an agreement. They would take Simon out on dates together and switch places and clothes in the bathroom. That way, they would both get to go out with Simon, and he would be none the wiser. However, there was a stipulation. The rule was no one was allowed to sleep with him, because presumably, jealousy would get involved and stuff would get messy. Perhaps Simon would even find out about their deal, which would be a disaster. Hannah slept with Simon one time, and she deliberately broke the rules, and from that one time they slept together, Hannah got pregnant. So, it can now be presumed that Hannah alone is the one who married Simon, and the deal about switching places was terminated at that point. And we don't know if Simon ever found out. Now, Marcus is saying Eve killed him, and I think that is true. But let's figure out who is the younger one, right? Let's search for birthday, okay? This is so exciting. Let's search for birthday. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's watch these. So, here's our next task, okay? And then we'll know who killed him, all right? Also, there's a question. Remember that discrepancy about one of them thought he was found in the cellar? Or no, one of them said they were cleaning all the blood out of the cellar, and then the other one said that they found him in the living room? Okay, so that must mean, then, that the one who said the living room is lying, right? Because it would be very easy to be able to, like, fact-check to see that the cleaners were... Because, you know, all the police came in and they dusted for prints and everything, and they cleaned up the house and all the evidence, gathered it up. So it would be very easy to fact check on the police's end that yes, indeed, the cleaners called the woman who was speaking in that monologue and said, "Yeah, listen, we're almost done cleaning all the blood out of the cellar, and I recommend you don't go down there quite yet." Okay, that would be very easy to fact check. So I think we can assume that that woman who said the thing about the cellar is telling the truth, that there was blood in the cellar, and they're cleaning it. Now, the other woman, presumably, I mean, it's pretty much for sure. It actually is for sure. You know, it's like they said it. Also, the police were aware of the fact that they were interviewing twins. For some reason, they didn't label their video footage with who was who. Or is it who was whom? I don't care. Whatever. Who was who? You know what? Now I feel bad about that. With which was which. So, we're gonna watch these birthday videos in a moment. But, I interrupted myself saying something. So the police were aware of the fact that they were interviewing twins. For some reason, they didn't label their video footage with... Right, so the woman who said about the living room must be lying, because otherwise, why is all the blood in the cellar? Right? She said, "I found him there in the living room. He was dead." But that woman killed him. Now, we know who is who for a couple of the interviews for sure. We've taken notes, and I think we have an idea for which one. Now, Gwenstick just said, but the problem is Alright, let me face the mic. But the problem is the woman who killed him knows where he got killed, and the woman who found her also knows where he got killed. What? Oh. The woman who found him also knows where he got killed. Right, so let me read that again. But the problem is the woman who killed him knows where he got killed, and the woman who found him also knows where he got killed. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. Because, like I just said, the woman who found him in the cellar... The woman never said he was found in the cellar, right? All she said... We can play that footage again. We'll search cellar and living room. First, let's watch these, okay? Is this light blue or bright blue? I think that's light. Also, I don't think this woman has a tattoo.
Yes, that's my birthday. Not one of the big ones, but I guess you can see that.
Yeah, it doesn't look like she's got a tattoo there.
It was my birthday, like you said. We were going to have a meal at home. We had our meal. He gave me his present. I guess I didn't like the present.
So what's the deal with the mirror stuff? You remember that whole stuff about the mirror and getting the mirror with the engraving, and the mirror was in the evidence bag? What's the stuff with the mirror about? Was that about the murder weapon or what? Now let's go back up here where we have order of interviews, okay? I think we can assume... Now we can identify Eve by her tattoo, right? So if we see a woman without a tattoo, we know that it's not Eve. So... Let's see. Let's also put this in all caps. We know that's Hannah in the floral. We know that it's Eve in the white. And in the light blue, we know that's Hannah. Okay? But also dark blue, we don't know. I think that's Hannah. Pretty sure. Have we watched this?
It was my birthday.
Yeah. I'm kind of caring less about these little details now that we know this.
No. Well, yes. You found out on my birthday.
I
told him I was pregnant.
And remember, we wanted to name him something. Oh. And then there was a thing about... Oh, no, wait. Both their names are symmetrical. Never mind. Remember, in the notes, we have that here. And also, red has to be Hannah because he says that she was pregnant. So, the only time... Oh, we actually don't know about bright blue. Or wait, bright blue is Eve. Because, that's the one with the tattoo. No, red is not Eve. Because red said that she's pregnant. That she was pregnant.
No. Well, yes. You found out on my birthday. I told him I was pregnant.
Yeah, so that's gotta be Hannah. Because Hannah's the pregnant one. So... Did I accidentally put that white was Eve? Because okay, I think that's correct. So the only people... So it's Hannah all the way through, except bright blue and white. Gwenstick says, so let's get back to the start. Was the mirror engraved? And if yes, which name? Probably the other one, who wasn't engraved, killed him because of jealousy. Well, the name was Hannah. Hannah was engraved on it, right? Because Hannah was the one who married him. And who said it had my name engraved on it? We also have to look that up. So let's look up the videos to rewatch. We want to look up the cellar blood. We want to look up the living room and found. We want to look up engraved mirror. We want to look up the song one more time. Okay. So it looks, yeah, I think we figured out who was who in the interviews. Bright blue and white are Eve. So those are the last two interviews. Okay. Did we finish watching this one?
No.
Yeah, we did. Okay. Watch this one.
From when I woke up. Okay. I woke up.
Oh, we're gonna get to hear the day.
Really up, and
Yes.
he made me birthday breakfast of eggs Benedict. We both had to go to work, so we saved presents till later. I got to work, had some birthday cake, children sang me happy birthday. Then I came home. The birthday meal was a takeaway, and Simon gave me his present, which I didn't mind. And after that, we talked about the baby. Turned into a big children sang me happy birthday. Then I came home.
Children.
The birthday
Multiple
meal
children.
was a takeaway, and Simon gave me his present, which I didn't mind.
Doesn't like to look at herself
And
in the
after
mirror,
that,
remember?
We talked about the baby. Turned into a big argument. Simon left. I was furious. I wanted to get as far away as I could,
Wait, Simon, why was...
which I didn't mind. And after that, we talked about the baby.
Oh, Simon was furious.
Turned into a big argument. Simon left.
Oh, no,
I was
Simon left.
furious.
Okay.
I wanted to get as far away as I could.
She left
and get
to
some
Gloucester,
space to
right?
think. So I left.
Hey, Chill Gamer 202, shh. She left. Okay, now that's an interesting thing. And let's also add this new tag, testimony, that I want, because I feel like this is the most important one we've seen so far. Now let's write argument over baby. Simon left. And then Hannah wanted to get far away as she could. Hey, Chill Gamer 202, it's going to be really hard for you to get into this if you weren't watching it from the beginning. But thanks for coming by. By the way, guys, if you are enjoying the stream, just because I haven't said it in a while, you can type !donate in the chat to find out how to donate. It really helps me out, really motivates me, because I love doing this. All right, let's get back. Okay. Here's the last one, then we're going to look up all the videos we wanted to look up.
A week or so ago. It would have been the Saturday before my birthday.
Okay, hold on.
You know,
I want to watch this. So, whoops, you do. Copy. I'm gonna put this in another paste bin for you guys. Paste bin. Notes. Okay. Gonna send this to you guys in the chat. One second. I know, we're at a very climactic portion. You want to get back to it. I know, but I'm just gonna post this link really quick, and we'll get back. 9 viewers. Pretty good turnout right now. All right, posted the link. Back to the game. Okay, let's see this.
A week or so ago. It would have been the Saturday before my birthday. You know, I get like that on the weekends, have a lie-in.
Wait a minute, hold on.
A week or so ago.
A week or so ago?
It would have been the Saturday before my birthday. You know, I get like that on the weekends, have a lie-in, then want to get up and blitz the house.
Let's take a look at the calendar again. So this is the 30th of June. About a week or so ago, my birthday, she said. All right, I don't think that helps us, because I don't think we know anything else about actual birth dates. Okay, let's look up the things we wanted to look up. So we want to rewatch Cellar Blood. Wait, says Marcus. Well, actually, there's chat delay, so you let me know what you want to say.
Well, fine, considering.
This is Eve, who likes sugar in her coffee.
That was weird, knowing your people have been there through my things. It's like I've been burgled. I mean, worse, obviously.
So do they live in the same house?
I haven't looked in the cellar yet. They sent a cleaner in. As good as new, he said. But they had to throw some stuff out. Couldn't get the blood out. And I'm still waiting to hear
I am willing to bet it's from ChillGamer202.
It's going to be a cremation.
I received $5. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate that. In order to break even on the game, guys, by the way, I need $5.99. And don't make Chill Gamer feel all alone. Don't leave him stranded out there. Thank you so much again. You really do. You're such a big supporter of my channel. Thank you. Okay, so we watched the Cellar Blood. And then Marcus said, if they're twins, then they'll be the same age. That's not true. They're typically the twins are... have you ever known a pair of twins? Especially when they're younger. They're always like, oh, well, I'm 15 minutes older. Oh, well, I'm, 3 hours older. That's typically how it works. A few minutes apart, that sort of thing. So there's still an eldest. What's the next thing we wanted to watch? Living Room Found. Okay, how about just Living Room? Here.
Like I said before, it was 3.
This is Eve.
Like I walked in, saw Simon. He was on the floor of the living room.
And look at her neck. She's holding her neck.
His throat had been cut. There was a lot of blood. Yeah, he was dead.
Also, remember, she gave blood before. I haven't found a use for that fact yet. One of them's... So how do we find the difference in birth dates by 15 minutes? Well, I think we can easily find out who the eldest one is. First of all, let's watch these. Light blue.
We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity.
Eric seems to be a friend from The Rock, I guess.
We couldn't afford our own place.
This is Hannah.
Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity. We moved in with his mum and dad. They had a spare room for
Who,
us.
Eric?
We
Eric?
moved in with
Yeah.
his mum and dad. They had a spare room for us and the baby, if it came. It was a nice change.
The thing is, I don't think we have enough proof yet to call her guilty.
It was
Not
a
Hannah,
nice
Eve.
change. Time to myself, living there for those months, full of hope.
Okay. Let's add that to the session. I'm not taking as many notes as I was before because I feel like we're getting close and I feel like we're remembering enough.
Okay.
If you guys think I should be taking more notes,
Parked
let
up
me
on the
know.
street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door.
Very funny.
No answer.
Sorry, I
I
wasn't
took my
paying
keys
attention looking at chat.
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door. No answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked.
But wait a minute, she said that they were going through my stuff. So I'm wondering if they live in the same house, right? So it sounds like she went up there and knocked. Because it's not her house, this is Eve.
I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door. No answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door.
You must have keys
The main
because
lock was
it's...
unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper, but he wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold.
Wait, where was he not?
I walked straight into the
kitchen.
kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper, but he wasn't there.
Gwenstick, that's wrong.
Touched
This
the
is not
kettle.
Hannah.
It was cold. I looked quickly in the living room.
Oh, you're right.
Nothing.
You're right,
I
this is
walked
Hannah.
upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower. The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed.
Hold on. Floral. Estimate. Let's watch this one more time. All the way through. No
I
stopping.
parked up on the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door. No answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper, but he wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly in the living room. Nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower. The phone
What?
rang whilst
She
I was in
had
the
a
shower.
shower?
I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
That thing about decided to come and see you was there before. Is this a new color? I mean, is this a new outfit that we haven't seen before?
Okay.
Is this a new outfit? 1/7? No, this is July 1st, which is bright. Okay, I guess it's... You think Floral drinks coffee without sugar? No, Hannah definitely drinks it without. I'm positive Hannah drinks it without. Because Hannah is red, and I'm positive Hannah drinks it without.
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked down the end of the road. I walked up to the house. I knocked on the door. No answer. I took my keys out of my bag, unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. I could tell because the key wouldn't turn when I tried to turn it to the left. I walked in.
Saying the exact same things in a different outfit?
Wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes on the shoe rack. I shouted out for him. I walked straight into the kitchen. He usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper. He wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly into the living room. Nothing. I walked upstairs to the bedroom. He wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there.
And was not there.
Then I had a shower. Whilst I was in the shower, the phone rang. I think it was Eric, his boss. I didn't answer it. Then I came out and I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, but I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. I spoke to him. Then I called Simon's parents. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
Now see, there was too much of the exact same dialogue. I mean, I got the differences, but hold on, bright blue, add to session. Okay, first of all, I'm going to prove to you coffee.
Black coffee, thanks. No sugar. Sweet enough as it is.
That's dark blue. Dark blue is Hannah, and we know that because this is the woman who said, "I'm Hannah."
My name is Hannah.
There you go. So we know Hannah doesn't take her coffee. Called Simon's parents, and the other called Doug and Helen. I think Doug and Helen may be Simon's. Oh no, Helen, I thought. No, Doug and Helen are from the Red. We're going to watch all the testimonies again, and we're also, I see that there are other videos here. But we're just going to do a confirmation about who was who. Then we're going to look for coffee again. I think we should watch these coffee videos first. Just to make sure that we know who's who.
Yes. I got to Glasgow, I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car. I woke up because a rubbish truck went past. I got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry, tried calling someone from the payphone, and then headed back.
That doesn't help. But let's add that to testimony anyway.
About 8 years back.
We know this
It was
is
a present to myself. I shouldn't even be drinking coffee with the baby. It's been hard trying to give it up. I think they say you can have 1 cup.
that help? I don't think that helped. Wait a minute. Wait! It's not split personality. We know for a fact it's the same person, Kramer. Yeah, Hannah had the baby.
About 8 years back.
What?
It was a present to myself.
Now I'm totally lost.
I shouldn't even be drinking
We
coffee.
know for a fact, beyond a shadow of a doubt, regardless of all other information, that this is Eve, because she has the
About 8 years
tattoo,
back.
which is the apple
It was a
and the
present
snake.
to myself.
Eve.
I shouldn't even be drinking coffee with the baby. It's been hard trying to give it up. I think they say you can have 1 cup.
Are they both pregnant? Maybe? Now I'm very confused. But we're sure bright blue is Eve. I mean, we're sure of this stuff.
No. I've had enough coffee for today, thanks. Glass of water.
Help. Black. This is new.
Coffee, I guess. Milk and sugar.
That's July 2nd. That's new. We don't have a July 2nd. And this, we know, is Eve, because we know Hannah takes it without sugar. So this is the 6th, black. And that is Saturday. We know that's Saturday because of the calendar. July 2nd, 90. Know that is right. So can we find anything else with this woman from July 2nd? Let's also watch those things where we search their names. Hannah. A lie detector. Oh, how are we only coming across this stuff now? Eve always refers to Hannah as her sister. In the June 30th interview, Hannah refers to Eve as a friend, not a sister.
Yes, my name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry.
What?
Yes, my name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry.
Does she mean that that's not her name? It seems like that's not an easy mistake to make, to say your name wrong. I don't know, maybe just because I'm not a twin? That just doesn't seem right. So we don't know who this is, but this is
Yes.
White.
My name is Hannah Smith.
White is Eve.
Oh.
We know this is Eve. So this is, when she said shit, she means that, yeah, that's Eve. Hey, Mario DeSonic, what's up? I can't catch you guys up right now. If somebody wants to give the... Oh, no, you can't do the paste bin link. Chill Gamer, could you do the paste bin link? Because, actually, I'm going to make yet another one. Okay? Make yet another one for you guys. While I'm doing this, if you guys are enjoying the stream, or if you are watching the archive and are enjoying the video, you can type !donate in the chat, or if you're on YouTube, you can go into the video description to see how to do that. It really does help me out, really helps me keep me motivated so I can bring you guys better and more content. Here. This. I am doing fine. Thank you, Mario DeSonic. We are having a lot of fun with this game. I'm going to send you, or I'm pasting the new paste bin with the new notes in the chat. I'm going to need to delete all these after the stream. Cluttering up my paste bin. Okay. Okay. There you go. Okay, and we're still trying to figure out if we're correct about who's who in these interviews. Also, we have 2 6th, 7th. Not that that's super important.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
What? This is big news here. This is big. Oh, my ears are starting to hurt. Oh man, I hope we can finish this before 5. I said, I could stream to 5, but that's gonna be way too long. There's no way I'm gonna need till 5.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there,
Here's the thing, we know Eve did it. Like, we know Eve did it. We just need proof.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
Gamer says she also recounts a story that suggests they are the same person. Once on Hannah's birthday, doesn't mention that it's also Eve. You would have seen something flicker in the screen if the glare had been on. What? But how would you know? I mean, I don't think that's that important.
Across the road,
Die Hard.
where my parents first lived there, was a
This is not important. About the flicker. So Hannah lived by her mother and Eve by Florence. Except that I thought, who was the one who said she wasn't really my mother? My mic went out? Let me just check here. Check 1, check 2. Check 1, check 2. Like it's working to me. Who was the one who said... We're gonna watch that one in a second, but... Who was the one who said... My mother isn't my mother?
Okay.
Not Rapunzel one. It's... Did this one?
I would have been a good mother. I have a symmetrical name. My mother called me Eve. Well, she wasn't my real mother, but she raised me.
And White is...
Do you want to hear the story? It's a real-life fairy tale.
White is Eve. Okay, so yes, we've established Eve lived with Florence, Hannah lived with her mother, for sure. Two lies in a row. What do you mean, 2 lies in a row? What was the... So, let's go back to searching Hannah. Running out of time here.
She recognized me from the window.
So the reflection was...
to come inside, and she hid me.
The reflection's a real
They
thing.
had made the attic into a place where Hannah could play. It was a dollhouse. She hid me up there.
With the Rapunzel doll.
No one else ever went into the attic. It was her place.
So, seems to me... Oh, you were talking about Die Hard. Seems to me that that whole reflection thing that we thought was this big metaphor about, I wanted to be like my reflection in the mirror. No. That was an actual person. That was her playing outside. Maybe. Was the reflection metaphor real? Was it Eve playing outside? Let's look up lie detector. See if there's anything more from that.
Yes. I'll take a lie detector test.
That doesn't help.
I've never taken a lie detector test before. Does it really work?
Do we not get any feedback? Is this what you meant by the flicker?
I've never taken a lie detector test before. Does it really work? My name. That was the only question I failed. Your lie detector works.
Okay, that doesn't help because she said her name is Hannah, which isn't true. It just confirms it. Yeah, Chill Gamer, I don't think anybody has a theory about it being one person. We're all sure that it's 2 people. because there was a video about how they hid away. Like, that wasn't a hypothesis. There was literally an interview about how they hid in the bathroom and switched clothes so that Simon wouldn't know. With the glare on during certain points of the game, you see your own reflection on the screen. It's not extremely important, but it's kind of semi-important. Die Hard. I feel like it's... I don't want to do that. What about confession? I don't know. Body is something we wanted to look up. Oh, another song. Okay.
The bruise.
This labeling doesn't help.
I have a really fast metabolism, so stuff like that just comes and goes.
I don't know about that.
I don't know if there's much more that I can tell you that I haven't already told the other policemen. I found the body.
Said her reflection had short hair with the glare on during certain points. I already said. You only see the flicker the first time. You can't redo. And she wanted to be like her. Yeah. We know, but... Ugh. Alright, my head's starting to hurt. I can't keep track of this. But the thing is, I feel like we have proof. Don't we? Let's watch the rest of these, and then I'm going to show you what I think the proof is.
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Sam's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early news, and I suddenly had this...
Red Fox, please don't look ahead, or look for hints, please. Because how would you know what those lyrics were? We haven't watched that yet. How would you know?
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Sam's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night, and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mum had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff. It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Sam's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night, and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mum had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff. Sad stuff. About when we lived there. About the baby. There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff, stuff we never needed, and I never had the heart to throw out. And I suddenly remembered that when I'd looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place. I went cold all over. I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back, and that's when I saw the bin bags. Pulled them open, saw the body. I screamed, and that's when I called the police.
We have proof. We absolutely have proof. Okay, and by the way, it is not the same song because it has a little thing on it also. See, it's got the little eye on it, which means we haven't heard it yet.
His body. It didn't look real.
And also, Chill Gamer, I really think it's no question that it's two people. It's no question. I mean, they talk about it a lot. I think we've moved on from that theory. It's definitely two.
His body. It didn't look real. And his throat. It looked like his throat had been...
I know we're assuming everything she says is true, but I really think we just have too much evidence. You know, if we assume everything she says is false, then we can't get anything.
Like
you know? We gotta get something.
Cut.
It looked like his throat
has
been...
thick glasses. It It's a nice way.
I mean, we're sure. There's so no question about this, guys. And I can prove it to you after we look at these videos. I can prove it to you. And
really?
There's something that's supposed to come up.
Here's the rest.
Here's the rest of the song.
They laid a body on the dock to dry. Oh, the wind and the rain, till a fiddler with a fiddle came walking by. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And he made a fiddle bow of her long hair. Oh, the wind and the rain. Yes, he made a fiddle bow of her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And he made fiddle pegs of her finger bows. Oh, the wind and the rain. Yes, he made fiddle pegs from her finger bows. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And he made a fiddle out of her breastbone. Oh, the wind and rain. The sound could pierce so hard as stone. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. But the only tune that the fiddle could play was oh, the wind and the rain.
Probably said this is a song she wrote about it.
Only tune
To the policeman.
that the fiddle could play was oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Anything you sing may be used as evidence against you.
Okay. I'm not sure how much that helped. The thing is, I know something's like supposed to pop up when you can, like, do it. I think.
Can you imagine? I tried. I tried to get pregnant too, but it didn't happen.
But
Plus it was so many boys, men.
But she said
body
she was
refused.
pregnant. She couldn't because of the coffee.
I think my period stopped because hers had.
Oh, I see.
I was pretty ill. I mean, how could we stay the same now? Felt like Hannah had really fucked things up. Set us down separate paths. We had become different.
Oh, apparently that song is from the lead singer of the Grateful Dead. I didn't know that. So here's my proof, guys. First of all, we've never actually clicked on this. I just assumed it was this thing, this logic database. Did anything? What is this? Huh? What? I don't think that helps us. It's the videos you've watched, I think. Oh, that would have been helpful. So yeah, there are a lot we haven't watched, but the thing is, we don't have to watch all of them to figure it out, do we? We don't have to. Okay, so here's my proof. Here's my proof. It's the Cellar. Oh, we haven't seen some Cellar videos.
The whole thing was wrong. The bags, I think they were from our kitchen.
Neither of them seem particularly broken up, though.
We never go into the cellar. It's just a place we put things we don't need. Dad used to grow mushrooms there. The bags were taped up I think it was parcel tape, but I think it was ours.
I've been not keeping up with the testimony tag.
It happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently. The baby was what mattered. We'd help each other. We cleaned up. We bagged up the broken mirror, her clothes. They're gone. We took him down to the cellar. We knew we had an alibi, and we wanted the body to be found later. We wanted to have suspicion on us, so we could then disprove it, rather than have it linger. Better to keep the body in the house than risk being seen.
Okay, so this is a confession. What? Let's watch this again, slowly.
It happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently. The baby was what mattered. We'd help each other. We cleaned up. We bagged up the broken mirror, her clothes. They're gone. We took him down to the cellar. We knew we had an alibi, and we wanted the body to be found later.
Okay, this I don't understand. We knew we had an alibi. So obviously this means, or at least is she claiming? She's claiming. Ow! Oh, oh man! Ah, my foot! Oh! Oh my god! Hold on. Mute the mic. Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Ow. Really hurt my foot. Okay. At the worst possible time in this game. Right.
It happened very quickly.
Yeah, you said now he's part of the story. What if, like, this whole game was designed just for me to play so that on a live stream, like, I could become part of the story just to, like, freak people out?
It happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost.
So it sounds like they're in cahoots. But it could be that Eve is just trying to not just blame herself, to also blame Hannah.
Almost silently. The baby was what mattered. We'd help each other. We cleaned up. We bagged up the broken mirror, her clothes. They're gone. We took him down to the cellar. We knew
Okay. Who's their... How do they have an alibi?
We had an alibi, and we wanted the body to be found later. We wanted to have suspicion on us, so we could then disprove it.
We wanted to have suspicion on us so that we can then disprove. Hannah... So, here's what Gwenstick said. Breaking news. TRS found dead by foot injury. Two twin sisters suspect. Hannah killed him as... Here's what Gwenstick said. Hannah killed him as he found out about them sisters. They wanted to have kind of normal life, so stored his body, and Eve had an alibi, so Hannah had so as to look like each other. Gwenstick, come on. Write, please. I can't understand what you're writing. What is the alibi that they're talking about here? What is this alibi?
And we wanted the body to be found later. We wanted to have suspicion on us, so we could then disprove it, rather than have it linger. Better to keep the body in the house than risk being seen with it. The watch. That was my touch. To make sure the alibi stuck.
Maybe we don't know what that is. Search. I've stopped with the user. And so Hannah had so has the look. Winston, come on, man. I know English isn't your first language, but come on, man. Eve has an alibi because she wasn't there when he got killed. What? I don't... Let's look up watch. I don't understand what you're saying.
He was wearing a shirt. It's a blue turtleneck shirt and jeans. He has a watch. It's a really nice one. That was a gift from his boss, Eric. He had his coat, a long grey duffel coat, like Paddington Bear. He would have taken that with him. It's not in the house.
Somebody said it wasn't on the peg like it should be. That's weird. I'm gonna stop with the tagging, guys. It's a waste of time.
I guess you could call it that, but...
Gwenstick says, and because Hannah looks like Eve, Hannah has one too, because everyone thinks they saw Hannah, but it was Eve. I don't know about that. I don't understand.
You could call it that, but we were both happy to get married. It was a beautiful wedding.
Wait.
We had our first dance to Come Back and Stay. I'm not sure if that's a good wedding song, but I loved it. I chose it. I mean, it was genuinely our first dance. We'd never danced together before. It was probably awful to watch, but I enjoyed it.
Was it a polygamous...
It felt like it was just me and Simon for that moment. Just the two of us.
So, were they both married to him and he still didn't know? Die Hard, if us says, makes me cringe how much of the game experience we're all missing because of the no glare effects. Alright, I'll turn it on. I don't like it, but I'll turn it on.
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste. That time, you must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
Alright, the touch was... the watch. I guess they set the watch to the wrong time, but why would it be stuck on a time? I guess it's because it's in Glasgow then. But... So, is there... Like, how do we make a claim? Where do we go from here? I know that something's supposed to pop up. Still Gamer, did you look it up? Please tell me you didn't look it up. Because that would have really just ruined the game for me. Yeah, Chill Gamer, do you wanna... I would be incredibly angry. You just kind of ruined the entire game. That's not cool. We're having a lot of fun figuring this out together. It's not cool. The music is from the game, yes. Ugh. Oh my god. I don't know what to say, guys. That really sucks. You really ruined this. That is really not. Give me a second, guys. I mean, I've been saying again and again and again to not do that, to not spoil it. I'm sorry, guys. That really isn't. Well, here's the thing. We could continue. And just pretend we don't believe him, but, you know, it's been said already. The people in the YouTube archive cannot see the chat, and I did not read it out loud, so they don't know. Oh, man. Should we keep going? Should I let you guys look at another Let's Play if you want to see? I mean, that is so not cool. I mean, really, like, that was the #1 thing I kept saying throughout the stream. And I'm sorry I'm wasting all this time, guys, but this is extremely inappropriate. Like, we're all here to have fun. We were having this great time. And, you know, we were having such joy from discovering these things on our own. That is really not cool. And I have to say, like, that, if anybody, like in any future stream or anything, if anybody does anything like that again, you will be banned. Chill Gamer, I'm not going to ban you, because I like you, and I get this was a mistake. And you didn't mean to, you know, damage the experience or whatever. But I am going to put my foot down right now from this point forward. If anyone does anything like that again in any future stream, you will be banned. First time, no warning. Okay, guys. I think we should continue. I'm not sure. Go from here? You guys have an idea of what you want to look at next? Alright, Diehard said we still don't know how Simon died yet. We still don't know who's killed Simon. Alright. You're right. There's still stuff to fill in. There's still stuff to find. I'll try and put in a skip caption on screen on the YouTube archive so you can skip over this whole business. What do you guys want to search for next? I don't remember. Let's look for alibi. Because that was sort of... No, that's the only time she says alibi. How about we did it? Oh, wow. We could have done that from the beginning.
No, no cat. My parents had a cat before they died called Domino. It was this little black thing with white dots. And we never did anything about the cat flap, but if you were thin, you could maybe squeeze through it.
And we are running out of time here, so... does anyone know, is there... again, without spoilers... we need to find out how the game knew to play music at this point. There was a donation. Happened. Another $5 from ChillGamer202. Thank you. That really does mean a lot, and I get that it's also partially you're trying to make up for it. You know, I forgive you. You didn't need to do that. I just really hope you think a little bit more next time. But I forgive you, man. We're all cool. Okay? You really didn't need to do that, but thank you. I do appreciate it.
No. I was 15. Carl was older. 17, I think. I was really into him, regardless.
Okay, so it could be. Remember Eve said, I wasn't pregnant, you know, remember? I wasn't pregnant from before. And then she said, oh, I can't because of the baby, you know, we're not going to drink coffee. Maybe she got pregnant from this guy, Carl. But then, remember, we thought maybe...
No.
Mario to Sonic,
No.
Without giving any spoilers, do you know, is there going to be a point where we can say on this stream, yes, we've completed the game and now we can put it away? Or is it just open-ended, like there's never anything to happen? I heard that something is going to happen, like an email or something.
No. I was 15.
Oh, but what I was saying is I thought that then they were marrying Simon together at the wedding.
No.
Bill didn't know.
I was 15. Carl was older. 17, I think.
Was she 15 and pregnant?
I was really into him, regardless of how he actually behaved. Lots of drunken teenage sex. We did it in a church once. Stupid.
That sounds hot. I'm not gonna lie.
So
I'm just kidding,
he got
guys.
tired of us and we split up after about 6 months.
PG-13 live stream.
It was sad.
Hold on, he got tired of us.
And
Oh,
we
okay,
split
sorry.
up after about 6 months. It was sad, but those early experiences, they help you realise who's really important to you, you know? Family.
Just so you know, guys, I was only expecting the live stream until 5. I will continue, but my girlfriend may come in. Maybe she might join us later on the stream. Sorry, this didn't go entirely according to plan.
Princes and princesses.
But these things never do.
They were the special people, more important than the other characters in their stories. We knew we were like that. Twins. Magical. We were the princesses. We had a poster of Princess Diana from the newspaper up in our attic. Had a pride of place. And underneath we used to put all our special things. When her engagement was announced, we were obsessed with everything she did. And later, when her life went so bad, we felt for her. Her divorce last year just kind of drew a line under things.
We felt for her, meaning there are 3 people here. At least 3.
There were always princes and princesses. They were the special people, more important than the other characters in their stories. We knew we were like that. Twins. Magical. We were the princesses. We had a poster of Princess Diana from the newspaper up in our attic. Had a pride of place. And underneath we used to put all our special things. When her engagement was announced, we were obsessed with everything she did.
I still don't understand. Who's she? Oh, Princess Diana. I'm sorry. Wasn't paying attention.
We felt for her. her divorce last year just kind of drew a line under things.
I'm sorry. I wasn't paying full attention. Alright, Mario to Sonic, I think, suggested sorry.
Yeah. I've been round to Doug and Eleanor's and they're very worried. I feel sorry for them.
I don't think the murder was confessed by this time. Was the White the last one? White is last, isn't it? Because White is where she confesses to the murder. Yeah. Okay. Let's find out more about Carl. Good idea. Just gonna say, Red Fox says, it's been a really great stream. Besides Little Mess Up, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you. Thank you very much. That means a lot to me. I try very hard, and I also try and do this when I have homework. That's not what I meant, you know.
Was he my first? No.
And we just did sorry, Red Fox. I don't know how far behind you are in the stream delay, though.
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first.
Woo, girl!
That would have been Carl. He was a local boy in a band. He was a bit of a shit. But he was sexy. We were 15.
No offense to anybody named Carl. It's just kind of funny that in a piece of fiction, we need a sexy guy. What are we going to name him? Carl. No offense to anybody named Carl. Oh, Red Fox says, no, you said Mario suggested it. It was me who suggested it. Sorry. Yeah, Red Fox suggested sorry, not Mario to Sonic.
Family. So, Carl fucked off, and then there were other boys here and there.
Eve, girl.
And then Simon.
You know, we haven't been paying attention to the time signatures, but I feel like it's not that important.
Differences? She's a better driver than me. She passed the test for us.
Ooh.
I tried to take it and nearly crashed the car.
Okay.
Learned that you can't rely on confidence to get you through everything. She is the shy one. She was especially shy around boys. If Hannah liked a boy, I would have to pursue him. It was that way with Carl. Hannah met him first. She had such a crush. I let him take my virginity after a night that his band had played at. It got difficult. When I was with Carl, we would have sex, but Hannah couldn't let him see she was a virgin. She had lots of excuses.
Oh, see, I didn't even think about that. That's probably one of the reasons why they could never sleep with Simon. Oh, the rule was... Remember, the rule was you couldn't sleep with Simon because I guess it would just mess up things. But the reason is because didn't want her to see she was a virgin. This is a PG-13 live stream. I feel like I should explain some of that, some of why he could tell. But I feel like that may be pushing up against the boundaries if there are parents who are like, okay, I'll let you watch this. I mean, I'm skeptical that there are, you know, parents who are like, or kids who actually asked, but if there are, I feel like it's pushing up against the line. I would say to look it up, or I will allow it to be explained in chat by somebody who wants to explain why, if anybody doesn't understand, why he would be able to tell she was a virgin. If you're on YouTube, I suggest you look it up. I'm not going to push up against that line.
She's a better driver than me. She passed the test for us. I tried to take it and nearly crashed the car. Learned that you can't rely on confidence to get you through everything. She is the shy one. She was especially shy around boys. If Hannah liked a boy, I would have to pursue him. It was that way with Carl. Hannah met him first. She had such a crush. I let him take my virginity after a night that his band had played at. It got difficult. When I was with Carl, we would have sex, but Hannah couldn't let him see she was a virgin. She had lots of excuses. After a while, we decided that I should take Hannah's virginity.
What?
It's not that different to a bruise.
Oh.
Pulling
Oh.
a tooth. A
Oh,
graze.
wow.
We used a hairbrush.
Oh my god.
After that, we took it in turns, though. I was always the one who seduced the boys. Until Simon.
That's a very important one. Put that on Prime. And even though I'm not really keeping up with it anymore, we'll put it on Testimony. It's a very important one. Wow. That's upsetting. I would hope if you've reached this point in the stream, that you will have understood what that means, at this point. Again, you can look it up or ask a parent if you don't understand. Mario the Sonic says, TRS, perhaps you should take notes of how they act during the clip. Perhaps they do something that isn't correct. For example, what do you mean? Like a coffee thing? About drinking the coffee, maybe? That's possible. I mean, I don't know what we're looking for. Die Hard, I know that you know what happens. Could you, again, without giving any spoilers, is it that, like, after a certain video we see, or after a certain set of videos we see, they assume that we know what happened? Or is it we literally have to watch all 271 videos? Because I would like to avoid. Oh, look at that! A different volume seems to be missing now, I think. Let's look for, yeah, maybe the drinks or hand positions, some details, as like the bruise might be something to look at. I actually couldn't see the bruise. They've been talking about a bruise. I couldn't see it. Let's look up bruise.
Bruise? Oh, yeah, no, it's nothing.
Metabolism.
I was going through the top cupboard in my kitchen,
and
the chair slipped, and I kind of hit the door with my face. It hurt like hell.
That's the wrong side, isn't it?
My face.
The bruise?
It hurt like hell.
Because over here...
The bruise.
Ah! Ha 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 ha!
Comes and goes.
Hey TRS, I have to go. It's getting late where I live. I really enjoyed the stream. I hope to catch up on one soon again. Oh, see ya, Gwenstick. Thank you so much for coming by. If you want to watch the rest of it, remember that TRS2, my new second channel, will have all of the archives.
Metabolism, so stuff like that just comes and goes.
So you guys saw that, right?
I don't know if there's much more that I can tell you that I haven't already told the other policemen.
You guys saw that, right? It's on the wrong side of the face. Now the question is, who's bright blue? Let's look back in our notes. Who's bright blue? I'm pretty sure that we're pretty clear on this, on who is who in the shirts. Bright blue is Eve. Bye-bye. It might be on the wrong... It might not be on the wrong side. Yeah, because they're two different people, so, I mean... I guess what we know is one has a bruise on the left, one has a bruise on the right. Perhaps that can help us identify them. I guess, Hannah has it on her right, and Eve has it on her left.
If one of us got hurt...
Neither...
The other one would have to be hurt too.
Doesn't look like...
A grazed knee, a bruise. When I lost my tooth first, we had to pull out Hannah's to match.
Oh my god.
Once, I slept with a boy who was seeing another girl. The girlfriend came up to Hannah the next day and punched her in the face. Gave her a huge black eye. That night, she had to do the same to me. But she almost went too far. I couldn't see out of that eye for days. She snuck frozen peas up for me from the kitchen. So much of our bodies were synchronised anyway. We started our period on the same day. All our childhood diseases, stomach bugs, nits.
Okay, so I think what we've learned is this last donut I made, this wasn't a deal they made just for Simon. This has been a lifelong pursuit, the sharing of lives. So, the reason why they have had to be sharing lives their entire lives is because Florence told, told the mother that Florence told the mother that, which one was dead? That Eve was dead. Okay. And then, I guess she ran away. Eve ran away, found Hannah. Hannah hid her in the attic, and from then on, they shared their lives. Yeah? That makes sense? Do people follow that?
If one of us got hurt...
Oh, we already saw that. Let's watch this again, too. Oh, we already saw this.
Differences. She's a better driver.
We already saw that.
This was about 9. I went round and she was waiting for me. She was furious and so angry, the kind of anger you can only have towards yourself. We screamed at each other, argued, cried, we fought. I hit her back, left a bruise. I had my wig on from performing and she tore it off. Eventually, we grew tired of fighting and I left.
Okay, so eventually she left this deal, right?
This was about 9.
At 9 years old.
I went round and she was waiting for me. She was furious and so angry, the kind of anger you can only have towards yourself. We screamed at each other, argued, cried, we fought. I hit her back, left a bruise. I had my wig on from performing and she tore it off. Eventually, we grew tired of fighting and
Is she wearing a wig?
I left.
Does Eve wear a wig? Yeah, I agree. The Eve running away thing doesn't seem right to what we know. Let's look up running away. Or maybe ran away. What about 9?
I didn't. I slept in the car. I left about 9 that night. I wasn't there.
That's in reference. Yeah, I'm kind of getting tired of these note things, so I think we're sort of just putting it together in our heads here. What should we look up next? How about maybe they were acting as each other? What do you mean? Oh, wig. Whoa! Alright, here's something.
A wig? You mean... But what type of wig? No, I've never worn a wig. What kind of wig? This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything. Have you looked at the cat flap?
Whoa! What? What? That's big. That's big news.
This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything. Have you looked at the cat flap?
Is This is Eve in the bright blue. Is she the one who talked about looking out the mirror and wanting to see her reflection? Let's look for reflection. All this stuff about looking out the mirror.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Eve. So Eve, the same one who talked about seeing her reflection and wanting to be with that other person who had blonde hair. I think that person had blonde hair. Maybe the midwife took Eve in as her own, seeing as the mother thought Eve was dead. Oh, we already knew. I thought that was understood already. Did I not say that? I thought that was obvious. Oh, you mean at 9 she took her in? I thought she took her in, like, from birth, because she said that she was dead. This game is so odd and confusing. Tell me about it. We've been playing it for almost 5 hours.
After the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents.
Wait.
There was no way I could...
Oh, what?
No.
The parents were in on it?
The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents. There was no way I could follow. So we were separated again.
Oh, no, maybe I'm wrong.
I stayed in the attic. It was hard. It's like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out, but in case anyone recognized me, I started wearing a wig. Hannah and I would meet up in the park. I was trying to get pregnant.
So that she could join up again.
I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers. Drunk guys I'd met in clubs, in parks and alleyways. I was 17. It felt like I was being punished.
Oh, so they're...
But it was Hannah who had betrayed us.
She was 17 when she got pregnant, Hannah?
I had to stop when one of the guys gave me an STD.
Oh, so this is a long time ago.
When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter.
Reflection is a way of talking about
If
herself.
anything, I was getting skinnier. I found it hard to look sometimes. We talked about what to do. Was it time to become our own people? I mean, that seemed like the right thing to do, but neither of us wanted it. We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as possible, and then I could move in.
What?
And that was the plan.
Oh, okay. So when they first got married, Hannah, by the way, Die Hard, this whole reflection, I mean the glare thing that you're mentioning, I'm not seeing any significance to that so far. It sounds like, what do you call it? When they first got married, Hannah and, what's his name, Simon, moved in together in their parents' house. Okay. And then they're doing it at her parents' house. So she couldn't live there. She couldn't hide, and they couldn't keep switching. So, you know, all this stuff that she talked about happened. And then they decided, okay, here's the plan. You guys are going to get your own place as soon as possible so I can move back in with you and we can keep doing this switch. Mario DeSonic says, TRS, maybe they were acting as each other. The interviews take place on different days and they were doing it on the dates. I feel like I don't want to even entertain that thought because it's going to be too confusing. I hesitate to do this because I'm trying to keep it down, but I think we need to look up sex. When the police thing goes by, you'll see.
Really? You're going to ask me about my sex life? I mean, isn't that private? Are you married?
Ooh.
How is your sex life?
Oh!
So, our sex life is probably fairly average for a couple after 10 years of marriage.
Yeah, fairly average with, these two twins. Anything but average. Yeah, my head's starting to hurt too. But the thing is, this game is only supposed to take 4 hours. 4 to 6 hours minimum, and I feel like we're not even close.
You're talking to the wrong person if you think I'm some kind of slut. If you think I'm the kind of person that would have had sex with all those guys.
Floral. Who did we say Floral was? Floral is Hannah, isn't it? Floral is Hannah. Yeah. Because Eve is the one who's sort of being a slut. Virginity? I don't really understand. How about 30? 30s. Maybe they'll talk about their 30s. Oh. Are the different clothings all on one day? No. You can see the... go into the notes. You can see the different days that they're recorded. Why does the yellow thing keep saying... Oh no, I guess that shows where we are in the database. What do you want to look up next? I feel like... What's still to be answered? Don't we know everything? Like, I feel like we know everything about these people. What is still to be answered? I don't know what we're trying to figure out. Then. Yes, light blue is all one day, floral is another. That's correct. I'm trying to figure out what is left to figure out here. I guess more about the daughter. How about pregnant? Here we go.
I got pregnant. Both our parents had a big powwow. We weren't even in the room. And they decided we should get married.
Huh.
Yes, I'm fine. I won't be sick again. This happens some days. I'm pregnant. It's morning sickness.
She's pregnant again, I guess. Because this, remember they said the children, they said they had multiple children. So I think that she's saying she's pregnant right now, again.
When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted. The streets were empty. I was driving badly. And I hit a taxi. Not a big crash, just paintwork. The guy was so pissed off because I didn't have a driving license on me. But when I told him I was pregnant, he made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out. It was fine. The hospital must have details when I was looked at. There's a scratch on the car.
And I guess that's her alibi, that she was in Glasgow at the time of the murder?
I got in the car and I drove. And just kept driving north. Just kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could. When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. I just had to sleep.
Oh, my head's starting to hurt. I've been streaming for so long. I don't think I've ever streamed this long.
No.
But I'm so addicted to this game.
Glasgow was deserted that early in the morning.
Die Hard, are we close? Do you think we'll be able to finish in the next hour? If you're still here, Die Hard. Baby.
We spent the wedding night in a hotel in Brighton. It would have been too much to do more. We were saving for the baby. It was wonderful to be in a hotel, away from home.
This is, Simon and her?
We spent the wedding night in a hotel in Brighton. It would have been too much to do more. We were saving for the baby. It was wonderful to be in a hotel, away from home.
Very creative story.
Together. Since then, we've always tried to get away for our holiday.
Mario to Sonic says, maybe just take a 15 to 30 minute break just to let your mind rest and like just think about it without looking at videos. I'd like to hear from Die Hard first before we take a break about how much time he thinks we have left.
I lost the baby.
At this rate.
I had a miscarriage at 8 months.
Okay, guys, that's big.
We carried on living at Simon's parents until...
Okay.
No. I lost the baby. I had a miscarriage at 8 months. We
Hannah.
carried on living at Simon's parents until, well, it was only a few months after.
And I think she said in a few months later, I got pregnant again. Is that biologically possible? Am I being stupid? That's biologically possible, right? Just like a few months later after a miscarriage to get pregnant again, that's possible, right? Yeah, that's definitely possible.
Yes. It was a shock to him. And we never thought it was possible. I don't know what he... I mean, I hadn't decided whether to keep the baby.
Hold on, let me start this over.
Yes. It was a shock to him.
Die Hard, don't answer
thought it was
that, what
possible.
Red Fox said. I'm sorry. One more time.
Yes. It was a shock to him. I mean, we never thought it was possible.
About the miscarriage, I think.
I don't know what he... I mean, I hadn't decided whether to keep the baby.
Oh.
I wasn't really ready to talk to him about it.
Okay, maybe this isn't a cool question. And I'm a little embarrassed to ask this. I don't know if any of you in the audience are older than I am, and maybe you have a little more seniority on this sort of thing. Is it a thing for couples who miscarry who decide to keep the dead baby? Is that like a decision that has to be made? Or is that like just not a thing that people do? Or that's like so unheard of, like that's not even a question? And I'm also going to look for weapon, but at first I'm going to look for miscarriage.
Then my parents died.
Ooh.
It was the worst year of my life.
The miscarriage and the parents died.
Miscarriage and then my parents. Yeah.
Anna again.
They'd gone to bed feeling ill, thinking it was flu or something. The neighbour called me, I had to use my key to let them in. We found them dead in their bed. And they'd been there for days. No one had noticed. Just awful. It was so soon after my miscarriage. The worst year of my life. I've been so happy to
I'm
get
sorry.
married. and
I want to
after
see this again. I was reading the chat. Yes, I have done reflection.
that- Yeah.
Sorry, I keep redoing these.
They'd gone to bed feeling ill, thinking it was flu or something.
This is about her parents, I think.
The neighbour called me, I had to use my key to let them in. We found them dead in their bed. And they'd been there for days. No one had noticed. Just awful.
Mm.
It was so soon after my miscarriage. The worst year of my life. I've been so happy to get married, and after that it was just like, fuck.
At this point, I'm not going to try and censor myself anymore. Ah, I see. I saw that. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? I'm going to watch it again on my phone on the stream. Here, when it catches up. Meantime, set up video. Hold on. Hoping like it comes soon. Okay, here. Coming up. I want to see it again. There it is. I can't tell if that's a boy or a girl, but it's a very distinct looking face. And it actually looks animated. It actually looked like a little bit animated. Like a video game character. So let's finish these and then we'll search for a weapon.
Yeah. I mean, I
Or
was
maybe
infertile.
children.
Thought I was. They told me I was infertile after the miscarriage because of complications.
Wait, she thought she was infertile? Is that what she said?
Yeah. I mean, I was infertile. Thought I was. They told me I was infertile after the miscarriage because of complications.
Thought I was. So I guess she kept having sex thinking that she was infertile. Is that what it was? And that's why they had more children.
Hannah had a miscarriage. This was late in the pregnancy and it left her infertile. Felt like the universe had corrected its course. We were aligned again.
Oh. You know what? I'm not even gonna... Shit. I'm not even gonna censor myself on that.
They were married. Simon had a job at the Glaziers now. Eric had given him a full-time position.
Let me go back. Like I said, damage has been done at this point in the stream. I'm not gonna censor myself.
Corrected its course. We were aligned again. But Hannah and Simon were still living with his parents. They were married. Simon had a job at the Glaziers now. Eric had given him a full-time position after he left school.
It sounds like Hannah is doing really well, and her life is falling apart. She's lagging farther and farther behind. I get it. I get it now. So here's what I think. Okay. I think that we're not supposed to. That you're not actually... I think. Yeah, I know. Eve smiles as she talks about the... I think we're not supposed to be here, guys. I don't think are the ones... I don't think we're a detective. I think broken. And that person who's looking at the screen looks off dumb. And Die Hard, you're so right. I wish I had had the glare on from the beginning. It's... I think I'm starting to get... Die Hard, are we close? Chit chat. So how's it going down there? You done? Not yet. I still don't entirely understand. Uh-oh. Okay, it's yes or no. No. Okay, I'll hang a bit longer. Buzz when you're ready. Okay. So yeah, we're almost done, guys. Finish this up. I want to watch a couple more. We'll get...
Do you have children? And the Glaziers. I worked there some weekends and Simon had a part-time job there too. That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children. Simon was quiet, more thoughtful than the other boys. Even then, he had a sense of craftsmanship. Wasn't always rushing stuff. Boys that age are just running around like headless chickens most of the time. You know? Plus he had that look. He looked like a fairy tale prince from one of my books. Fairy tales. Stories about lost princesses,
Here's her.
evil witches, magical mirrors and lost children.
Healthy to be playing this long.
So you see, even before I knew the truth, I'd found it in those stories.
I knew the truth.
Fairy tales. Stories about lost princesses, evil witches, magical mirrors and lost children. So you see, even before I knew the truth,
Lost children,
I'd
maybe?
found it in those stories.
Cause... Did Eve ever have the baby? Did Eve also have a miscarriage, or did Eve not get pregnant? I thought Eve... I'm pretty sure Eve got pregnant, didn't she? What about just child?
Yes. I read a lot as a child and watched lots of TV.
Again, none of them seem particularly broken up about it.
Still have.
Although they said that they both killed him.
It's kind of a fairy castle. We used to play out there and make up our own stories.
Also, what I want to check out is the video before the last one is the one where we got the chit chat.
This
No,
other
not this one.
Doesn't.
We can't go back. Hold on, let's go back to... no, not child. Children. It was this one that we watched?
You have children?
Not this one.
And the Glaziers?
I think it was that one that we got the prompt. I will search weapon, and I already searched blood.
Yeah. We were 17. It was a nice wedding.
So I didn't even realize that they were this young.
Handsome in the photos.
Wow. These are teen pregnancies, and these are
so
teens, you know, trying to get pregnant and all that.
It was what they called a shotgun wedding, but if you looked at the photos, you couldn't tell. The dress was beautiful. It looked like Princess Diana's. The train wasn't quite as long though. There's a great photo of the bridesmaid helping to carry it out of the car.
It's a very sad life.
It was just me and her. It was
Another video that says it was magical. Child. I saw TV was magical. I saw it rarely.
I'm going to try when it came and her. It was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it, and I'm going to try when it came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread, maybe I misunderstood. Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
Let's look up, before we do weapon, we'll do weapon. I want to look up firstborn. Or how about born?
Yeah,
Birth.
When I was at school. I worked part-time in the front shop. It was sort of an extended family thing. My dad used to work there, my mum worked there before I was born. I took care of paperwork, filing, typing out invoices, that kind of thing. It was a good job for a girl back then. I didn't work a till or anything though. I was quite shy, so I wouldn't have liked to have worked a till.
So that was Hannah that said that, and Eve was Rapunzel. No, the person in red is definitely Hannah. But listen, so I just looked up, I wanted to find out more about Eve's child, because we never hear anything about that. And I looked it up, and I remembered, so this is before we knew that they were two different people, right? It says this thing about the symmetry, that she doesn't like symmetry. That was actually Eve, because he said that it's not her real mother. I'm pretty sure this is the same interview. Maybe I'm wrong. And it says maybe they met when they were young. What girl? And then Sarah or Ava is what they wanted to name her. So I think we should look up Ava and Sarah. Or Sarah and Ava, whatever. Was it with an H? Oh, okay. That doesn't help. Earth. I want to know about the child that they had. Oh. I'm gonna tell you guys in the chat. If you think that we should tell SB that we're done now, say yes in the chat. You think that we should go to chit chat and call him? You think we should call SB? Say yes in the chat. Mario to Sonic, wait, this is the end! You gotta get going now? This is the end! Oh, weapon! I forgot to search for weapon. Oh, there's nothing. Blood we already did, I believe. Yeah. Oh, wait, there's one more! There's one last one! One last one.
She was sat behind him. had my wig on. And she'd been there all day. And she had blood on her. And she was in shock.
This is Hannah killed, because we know Hannah killed him, right? But they were in cahoots together. Crazy, Die Hard said.
I mean, what if they were crazy? You hear about these crazy people all the time. I mean, why would anyone who knew Simon want to kill him? Her story is that she'd waited for him to come back. She put on my wig, some of my clothes.
See, there you go.
Pretended to be me.
Because this person
They
doesn't
talked.
exist. That's why she pretended to be them.
She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me. Then he took out a present. Another mirror. Just like the one he'd given her earlier. That unique present. She went crazy, smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed.
Did she
He
go
hit
crazy?
her.
I don't entirely understand.
So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open. She'd only meant to scare him off.
Is that so? Get to scare him off. So, does anybody understand? Does somebody want to explain to me this whole mirror business? I don't understand. They each got a mirror. I didn't understand what we just saw there. Watch that again. And don't leave Mario to Sonic. We're gonna be done in like the next 5 minutes. I can feel it.
She put on my wig, some of my clothes. Pretended to be me. They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me.
So did Simon know at this point? I don't understand.
Then he took out a present. Another mirror.
Oh, I get it.
Just like the one he'd given
I
her
get it.
earlier.
I'll explain it to you.
That unique present. She went crazy, smashed the mirror.
I get it.
They argued.
Get it? Oh my
screamed.
God.
He hit her. So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it
Okay,
round.
I know why she's
She
angry.
cut his throat clean
I get it.
open. She'd only meant to scare him off.
Okay, they weren't necessarily in cahoots, were they? Because I thought they were in cahoots, that they agreed to kill her, but here's what it sounds... Also, yeah, one doesn't like her own reflection. Oh, Anna doesn't like her own reflection. Right. But that's one of the reasons. But what I was going to say is, she dressed up in the wig, the blonde wig, with the clothes, so Simon had never met this person before, right? Here's how I understand. Listen, Red Fox. So, here's how I understand it. So Simon has never met this person that she's now pretending to be. Okay, so Eve pretends in her day-to-day life, so whenever she's not pretending to be Hannah, I'm talking about Eve now, whenever she's not pretending to be Hannah, she wears this blonde wig and these special clothes so that she can go out walking or meet Hannah in the park, okay, to discuss, right? Okay, but, then, when, I don't know how it ended up happening, but Hannah, okay, took the blonde wig and those special clothes that Eve wore outside. He took those. He sat down with Simon. Simon had never met this person that she was pretending to be, which is Eve. You know, Simon had never met this person. And it sounds like he was saying, I want to be with you. I just fell in love with you. And it's like, I fell in love with you. I've never met you before, but I'm falling in love with you. And so, because I want to fall in love with you, I'm falling in love with you and I want to marry you, I'm going to give you something very special. A mirror. And he takes out the mirror, and Hannah's thinking, oh my God, he's cheating on me. you know, he's pretending, he's cheating on someone who he doesn't know is his wife, right? He's cheating on me, and not only that, but the special mirror that he gave me is not unique at all, and he's giving it to this other girl he just met, which is her. Does that make sense, guys? Right, so when she was with the blonde wig, Simon gave her a mirror as a present, but he didn't know it was her. And she was mad at him because she didn't want to, what do you call it? I don't know why she dressed up like that. I guess to just check to see if he was gonna cheat on her? I don't know. Okay. Let's do one last search. Last search of the night, blonde.
No. I think he spoke to Helen. She said he was upset about her argument, but I'm not sure what else he said.
We'll also look up cheat.
He likes Helen. He likes blonde.
He likes... Whoa! What? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, this is it!
I think he spoke to Helen. She said he was upset about her argument, but I'm not sure what else he said. He likes Helen. He likes blondes.
Oh, do you get it? 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 Ah!
No.
Mario to Sonic, please tell me you're still here.
She said he was upset about her argument, but I'm not sure what else he said.
Okay, last time we're gonna watch this, okay. Shh.
No. I think he spoke to Helen. She said he was upset about her argument, but I'm not sure what else he said. He likes Helen. He likes blondes.
Remember. What do you mean I was right all along? It was the murder weapon. Red Fox, we knew that for a long time, that his throat was cut with the mirror. We knew that. Okay. Cheat. And then also Helen. Oh my god. Guys, so I think finding out about Helen is the key to understanding this whole thing. Because all that's left to find out now we know everything except for two things. Anything about whether Eve actually had a baby and who and why why Hannah dressed up in the blonde wig. Those are the only two things we don't know right now.
Mum and Dad never knew what was going on. We got so good at it. We were so in sync that we'd use each other to cheat. If one of us had a hangover, the other one would go to school. Whoever was best at a subject would sit the exam.
Huh.
There were lots of differences between us.
This is brilliant.
Some things one is better than the other at.
Okay, and final search, guys. I promise this time. Helen. Okay, nothing new. Let's just...
It's the Rockington Arms.
We knew this. This one.
No.
Saw this one. Okay. There's still two things we don't know. Final vote, guys. Do we call SB and say we're done? Do we find out what is at the end here? Oh, Red Fox says at the very beginning we didn't even know who he was. He was murdered, right? But when we learned about the mirror, and you said maybe the mirror is a big theme. Red Fox knew that the mirror was the murder weapon. Okay. So guys, final vote. Red Fox, I hope you're still here. I mean, oh, Mario to Sonic left. Ah! Okay. So guys, final vote. We have 3 people in the chat: Chill Gamer, Die Hard, and Red Fox. 2 of these people know what happens in the game. So, what do you think? Is there something we should look at first? And it's okay to tell us now to do a certain search. Don't tell us any information, but if there's a certain search you think we should do, please tell us. Okay? But if not, I think we're going to wrap it up. We're going to call SB. This is amazing. Amazing. I am going to wait until I see that window closed on my screen, so that's from the stream delay. And then, yes, call, says Bill Gamer. Do it, guys. Ready? Good. So you think you understand why your mother did what she did? Let's just say no. And clearly this is... I guess this is the child of Eve. That's understandable, Sarah. You can always come back again. I'll be outside. Log off and meet me over the road. What? Do we... Log off and meet me? Or no, log off. Wait! We don't get any, we said no, and they go in, and he goes, and he's not gonna tell us? What? What? They're not gonna tell us? We said no. And he goes, that's understandable. Come on. And also, I don't understand why she did what she did. No, not at all. It's not justified. The murder of Simon was just about him being a jerk and cheating. That's all. It was not a justified murder. I mean, it seems to me like the whole idea of this game, according to that ending piece, was this girl or boy, the child of Eve, finding out why she killed... What's his name? And, you know, it's not... Literally, it's just because... Like, I have no sympathy for them for killing. Like, I have sympathy for them for their lives. It's open-ended, says Die Hard. Like a lot of good mysteries. Okay, I get it that it's open-ended. So I suppose... We have 3 viewers right now. Each of you guys, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think the ending means. And not just the ending, but why do you think, you know, summarize what this girl or boy, what we learned that justifies the murder? Or why did they... The only reason that he was murdered was because he was cheating, right? That was the only reason. And the fact that they were twins just helped because they had an alibi, and so that they could get away with it. Sarah, if you're stuck, you could always try admin random or the unlock command. Admin _ random. What if we do continue admin _ random?
No, he doesn't keep a diary.
Or I guess this is just a random video.
I get one, well, as long as...
That was good. Okay, so what if we do unlock? I don't understand. I say we look at the Steam guides and we learn a little bit more about this. I really enjoyed it, but I want to learn a little bit more about this. How about most popular? 9 per page. Oh, how about, are these all the guides? Walkthroughs. Hit walkthrough. Wait, what? I So, story or lore? Okay, none of this is helpful. Very short game, taking only a few hours to complete. Took us about 5.5 hours. Also, does unlock just mean we don't have that? Oh no, it's still limited to 5 things. Huh. Oh, it's admin unlock. Admin lock. Free maximum is now set to 6:15. I don't really care about what. I mean, I just want a little bit more closure from people about what they think. Here, discussions. Okay. Excuse me. The spoilers subform. Spoilers. Deciphering her story, a book-sized analysis. My piece on her story's secrets. Huh. Oh, wow. Okay. So this is the whole thing. So, guys, I'm not going to read this on camera. It's a 188-minute read. So, I'm not going to read this on camera, but, I've been streaming for about almost 5.5 hours, guys, so donations are very much appreciated. Doing this is not entirely good for my health. You know, just streaming this long. If you missed something and you do want to continue watching, you can watch it on TRS2, tinyurl.com/TRSTWO, and that will take you to the new second channel where you can see that. Donations are very much appreciated, and type !donate in the chat to find out how you can get involved. My YouTube channels, links can be found with !YT. You can find out all about how to contact me with !contact. And you can also get my website at !website. Gamer says he didn't like it. You mean the game? I loved it. I really had fun, and you know what? It was so much more fun with people. With, you know, that sort of... I'm gonna read this on my own. But again, guys, I gave you 5.5 hours of entertainment, so any donations are really very much appreciated, and of course entirely optional. I had a lot of fun. Thank you guys for making this a very exciting, one of the most fun streams I've watched. Thank you so much. That really does mean a lot to me. If you guys also publicizing, telling people about me, you know, I'm fairly small, telling people who I am, about my Twitch, about my YouTube, all that sort of stuff really does help me out. Sharing videos. New saved episode came out today, right at the start of the stream. Chill Gamer, you really don't have to donate. Please don't donate again if you do not want to. You didn't like the ending of Chill Gamer said. Yeah, but it was very cool being able to, you know, get you guys to contribute to the game. Yeah. That is it, guys. Again, yeah, sharing videos, sharing Twitch, sharing everything. You can follow me. Follow me on Twitter at Professor TRS. All sorts of ways you can get involved with my channel. Stuff like that. I have a Discord fan server, which you can also see by doing !contact. That's listed on there, where, you know, we can chat at any time. And, yeah. Again, Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. If you are interested in seeing the this guide, if you do want to read this, it's at medium.com at AdrianCHM. And you could probably find it. It's called Deciphering Her Story at AdrianCHM. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful night. I hope you have a great day. Wonderful morning, wherever it is that you are. Also, 99 cents away from the goal for today. 99 cents away. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.